Hey guys, I'm going to show you guys how to make a bid or waiver claim using the FAAB method. So the FAAB method is a free agent acquisition budget that you have, and you can bid on players each week using that budget. So right now in my league, we got a FAAB budget of $1,000. You can see right here, and then we got the submission deadline time by Wednesday, September 16th at 9:40 a.m. So at this time, that's when the waivers are going to process, and it's going to take a look at all these waiver claims, and then it's going to award the players to the highest bidders based on these claims. So I'm going to kind of walk you through how to make these claims, some strategies to use, and what different functions mean on this claim page. So we're going to go ahead and start out by making a claim. You can see your players on the left hand side with the dollar amount. So if you click on the dollar sign, it brings the player up, and then you can go ahead and bid on that player. We got our bid section over here, and we got our drop section over here. This button right here is probably one of the most important functions on this FAAB waiver claim option. So this is bypass primary bid and use contingency bid first if necessary. So I'm going to kind of walk you through exactly what that means, and we also have bid groups explained up here. So we're going to go ahead and bid on Josh Allen. So we got a min bid of 1 and a max bid of 99, and it shows your remaining balance of 1,000. So we're going to go ahead and bid $20 on Josh Allen. We got the bid in here. It says a primary bid. We're also going to go ahead and bid on Cam Newton. We're going to bid $15 on Cam Newton. If you ever want to adjust these bids, just click on the dollar amount right here, and you can type in a new bid, 22. It'll be updated right there. If you want to switch, so right now we got Josh Allen as primary and Cam Newton as contingency. If you ever want to switch them, just drag and drop them, and then they'll be switched. Now we got Cam Newton as primary and Josh Allen as contingency. And then if your roster is full, you're going to want to select a player to be dropped. So my roster is full currently, so we're going to go ahead and drop Julio Jones. So right now we got it set up that Cam Newton is our primary bid for 15. We got Josh Allen as contingency for 22, and then we're going to be dropping Julio Jones. So what this button right here means, bypass primary bid and use contingency bid first if necessary. If checked, it looks at all the bids on this list, and it takes the highest total bid. So it's not going to care that Cam Newton's my primary. It's going to go after Josh Allen, and we're going to try to get Josh Allen for 22. So if this is checked, it's not going to care at all about this. It's going to go after Josh Allen because he has the highest bid amount. If this is not checked, first it's going to go after Cam Newton since he's our primary bid. Even though he is less expensive than Josh Allen, it's going to go after Cam Newton first since he's the primary. If we do not get Cam Newton, then we'll have Josh Allen as the backup in the contingency bid. So if you want Cam Newton first over Josh Allen, you will not check this. But if you don't care and you want Josh Allen, if you are sure that you want Josh Allen, then you can go ahead and select this, and then it's going to take the 22 bid first, and then it's going to go to Cam Newton later. So we're going to go ahead and save this bid. So we got our bid group saved right here. We got Cam Newton as $15 as our primary bid, Josh Allen as 22 as our contingency bid, and we got check mark use contingency bid first if necessary. So again, it's going to take that 22 Josh Allen first if we can get him. You can go ahead and edit this. If you ever want to edit, just click the edit button. You can come back here. You can change the bids. We're going to go ahead and change Josh Allen to 24. You can do other drops. Go ahead and save it. If you want to make another claim, you're just going to go up here, click Make Claim, and then you can put in a claim for another player. So you can go after a kicker. Let's go Matt Prater. Put in a bid for him, $20. We can select a couple of kickers here. Let's say we want Mason Crosby for 1, Michael Badley for 1, Dustin Hopkins for 1. So I'm not going to go ahead and check this. So what it's going to do, it's going to go Matt Prater first, even though he is our most expensive. So if this was checked, it would still go after him as well. And then it's going to go after Crosby, Bagley, and Hopkins following him. Now let's say we had Mason Crosby at $10 and Prater at $4. It would still go after Prater first since I'm not checking this. So we're going to go ahead and save this. So since the use contingency bid first if necessary is not checked on this, it's going to go after Matt Prater first. If we cannot get Prater for $4, then it's going to go after Mason Crosby for $10. And that's kind of how that use contingency bid first necessary works. So we got two bids right here, and I'm going to go ahead and walk through a league of mine and kind of show an example of how when waivers run through what it looks like. So I went ahead and ran these practice waivers this morning. So kind of showing an example of a couple teams that bid on players and why they are awarded to teams for certain reasons. So we got Baltimore Ravens. They bid $100 on Peyton Barber as their primary bid. They bid only on Peyton Barber, no one else. However, it was awarded to New York Giants for 102. But if you come down to New York Giants, you will notice that their primary bid was Frank Gore. So they bid 75 on Frank Gore and then 102 on Peyton Barber. However, it took Peyton Barber for 102 over Frank Gore. And that's because this was checked. Use any contingency bid first if necessary. So since that was checked, it takes the highest dollar amount in this bid group. It's not going to worry about the primary bid, and it's going to go after Peyton Barber at 102. So he gets Peyton Barber for 102. New York Giants also get Seattle right here because no one else bid on Seattle's defense. So their Giants are walking away with Seattle defense and Peyton Barber in their two bid groups. Baltimore Ravens, they're not going to be getting anyone because they bid 100 on Peyton Barber and it was awarded to the New York Giants for 102. So Winston is still on his team and they won't get any players in that waiver wire. Now we got Tennessee over here. They bid 17 on Frank Gore. You'll also notice that Giants bid 75 on Frank Gore. However, this claim was canceled since Peyton Barber was awarded in this claim group. So Tennessee is going to end up getting Frank Gore. You'll also notice that they bid 326 on Peyton Barber, but you're saying, oh, that's more than what New York Giants bid on him because they bid 102 on him. However, they did not check mark that box. They said do not use contingency bids before primary, which is different than use contingency bids first if necessary. So what this bid group did, it looked at Frank Gore first, and it said, can we get Frank Gore for $17? If we can get him for $17, then don't worry about any of these bids below him. We're going to go after him and get him for $17. If he wasn't able to get for $17, then it would come down here and we would try to get Peyton Barber for $326. But since we got Frank Gore for 17, both of these are canceled. And then the final bid group for the Titans was $20 for Danny Amendola, and no one else bid on him, so they got Amendola for $20. If another team had bid more than Amendola for $21, then they would get him. If they bid less, Titans would still get him as he's their primary bid, and they did not use contingency bids before primary. So that's kind of how the basic FAAB waiver claims work, and it's important to know that use the contingency bids before primary, that box, and kind of what it means. And you want to have a strategy going into your waiver claims and have a setup of all that. So if you have any questions about how to make the waiver claims or why teams were awarded players for certain reasons, feel free to contact us at 636-447-1170